What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Fly, Eagles, fly. Cowboys week. Let's go. This ain't the fuck like oh, this game he stinks.
Oh shit!
He's cold.
You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best of the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Welcome in, everybody. This is Fan Friday, only on A2D Radio. Every Friday, we are brought to you by the best fantasy sports app in the game. It's FanUp, and it is your best way to enjoy fantasy sports, daily NFL contests, and more. Win great prizes. Sign up today. Use promo code A2D for 5,000 bonus points. That's a value of $50. FanUp.app, or you can find it at the Apple Store. Love it. Won $75 last night on the Thursday night game. All right, no salary caps. It's great. Just put your lineup in, your best lineup. Oh, $75 piece. PayPal right over. Let's go. Let's go. I've had more success there than I've had on DraftKings anywhere else. So, take that for what it is. What's up, everybody? We got Peter Young, Peter Evans, Jake Friel. I'm Tom Arnone. Everybody out there, it is Cowboys week. Fan call-ins at the end of the show. NFL Week 3 picks. Give you our picks against the spread. Give you some locks. And our main topic in hand is going to be Eagles Week 3 predictions. So we'll give you offensive, defensive players of the game, score predictions, a chance for you, just like I said on Wednesday night, I win a little 25-hour Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, right to you if you nail the score. And your players of the game are your tiebreaker. Okay? Easy. Done and done. You can comment them in whenever you want, but screenshot them, make sure you have them, and send them over to us if you hit the score. Nobody the first 2 weeks has hit the score, so we'll see if somebody wants to be a little bit of a trendsetter here. Be a little bit of a trendsetter. Be great today. Put the right score in. That's going to tie into our poll question. Sorry, I'm like watching the Phillies too because this is pretty important. Pretty important. We got double.
Who would have thought in July that we'd still be watching the Phillies with important games this late?
Yeah, right.
September?
Not with Aaron Nola on the mound. I did not think that.
Did not think that at all either. Our poll question is brought to you by Manscaped, and you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Head to toe, taken care of, fam. Use the promo code A2D, 20% off and free shipping. Double win. Double freaking win. Our poll question for tonight's show is fans should be more concerned about Nick Sirianni than Jalen Hurts. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Hit the like. Hit the subscribe. Be great tonight. Be great. We want the Eagles to be great on Monday night. It starts with you being great tonight and fucking winning an algorithm and pounding a like, hitting a subscribe, turning your damn bells on. It all starts with us. It starts with you on how you want this week to go. All right? You want a little dogfight? Be great tonight. Let's go. Starts with you guys. To the poll. Fans should be more concerned about Nick Sirianni than Jalen Hurts. Agree or disagree? I disagree, and I'll tell you guys why. I got major issues. 95% of the blame, or 90%, goes on Nick Sirianni for Sunday because he doesn't have a feel. That's what that told me. It's not about having a sack. It's about having a feel. Didn't have one Sunday, okay? I don't think you can learn a feel. But the reason I agree to this is because if Jalen Hurts can't play, it's harder to find a franchise quarterback than it is a competent head coach. It's harder. To me, it's harder. Like a legit top 5 quarterback is hard to find. It's harder to find that than it is to find a really good football coach. We can all agree on that, I think. I think it's harder to find that than it is Bill Belichick's don't grow on trees, right?
That's
Guys
true.
like that. But like they just don't grow on trees. But other guys have won Super Bowls too. So it's harder to find a good football coach. It's easier to find a good football coach than it is to find a franchise quarterback.
Ask the Browns.
Right? Yeah. Ask a lot of teams that bad head coaches, but it's easy to look like a good head coach if you got what? A franchise quarterback. So it takes two to tango. Nick Sirianni can be the dumbest guy in the room, play rock, paper, scissors. He's a flat-out idiot for wearing the shirt this week. That's all I got to say. You better go down and win then. You better go down and win because you're putting a target on your back and your football team's back. So you better go down and win a football game if we're going to have some bravado this week. All right? Better go down and take care of business. But no, Jalen Hurts, that's what I'm more concerned about because Nick, as time goes on as a head coach, you can learn some things. You can't learn feel, but you can learn some things. You can get better at some things. Not saying you can't at the quarterback position because you can, but the things that he really needed to work on showed on Sunday, and that's concerning to me. And people got upset with me when I said, after 2 games, doesn't look like a franchise quarterback this year because he's playing at a C level. Playing at a C level. Pro Football Focus can spit out whatever numbers they want at me. He's playing at a C level. Because he's 1-1, one damn good game, one below average game. Simple as that. That's the facts of it. So he's playing around the C. So I'm not saying he can't be a franchise guy because we got 17 games to try to figure that out. It's such an important year. So the timing, the lack of getting the ball out your hand on time, right? Those types of things are concerning to me more than Nick can't coach because I wasn't assuming Nick could coach. So one's way more concerning. I drafted the guy in the 2nd round. He was the heir apparent then if the guy went down and you believed enough in him to take him in the 2nd round. Okay? So and then the other side is you got to hope he can play because it's less money owed to him. Because if he can't play, then you're back. Then you got to use all these picks next, right? Then your picks change on what you're going to do next year when you can build a football team around him or got to get his replacement. So I want him to be able to play. We're going to find out Monday night a lot about that, okay? Because it's not about just how you played Sunday. You can redeem yourself in this league and come out and be decisive. But the same issues I had on draft night were the same issues I had on Sunday, okay? And if anybody say, oh, damn, you're hating. No, because I crowned his ass the Sunday before because I thought he played a tremendous football game. I thought he was decisive. I thought he was quick. I thought he knew what he wanted to do with the football. But you cannot throw – you got to be able to throw guys open in this league. You understand that? You got to anticipate throws. You can't be late on throws. Even if you got power arm, you can't be late on throws. They're my issues. That's what showed Sunday. And the Niners aren't the 85 Bears walking into town. They're a good defense, missing some key things in their secondary that keep them from being a top 12, 10. So that's my thoughts. I'm concerned. I am goddamn concerned because that's college shit I saw Sunday. That's college stuff. That's late. That's not anticipating. That's late on your deep ball. Like, you can get away with those things sometimes at the college level. You're not doing it here. You're not going to have all guys wide open all the time. So
I'm going to
let us know what you guys think. And you guys, let's go.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. So, and on both points with Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni. So obviously, like Tom, you touched on earlier this week, you have Nick Sirianni in the 49ers game to where we're at the goal line, I think 4 or 5 times, however many, and we couldn't get it in. We couldn't punch it in. We couldn't punch the ticket in. But there you go, Bryce. There you go, Bryce. But yeah, Nick Sirianni just not really having like a feel. Like obviously everything was like perfect week 1. It was the perfect scenario. Obviously the Falcons are the Falcons and they're not the best team in the world. And I mean, they played well relatively well, I should say, against the Buccaneers. But again, the Falcons aren't anything special. I think it was a perfect scenario for Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts. But at the same time, I feel it's going to be like one of those seasons to where like we'll have a good week, we'll have a bad week because you have a rookie head coach, a very young quarterback. And I hope Jalen Hurts works out, but Nick Sirianni to me is the bigger concern because if Nick Sirianni doesn't work out, because then I feel like if it doesn't work out, we're getting this coaching carousel. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like we fired Doug, we have Nick. If it doesn't work out this year, I don't think it's going to be a one and done year for Nick, but I'm just worried about long term as far as that goes. But if they don't work out, like if they both don't work out, then yeah, I'm heavily concerned. But I feel like it's just going to be like one of those back and forths.
Well, if you get the quarterback, I think that you end up getting a head coach that works out.
Right.
For longer, at least. Maybe not for, you know what I mean? Maybe not, you're not getting 10 years, maybe, but maybe you get a good 5, 6 that it works out where you win a lot of football games, whatever. Hoist the Lombardi or something. What are you guys talking about in the chat? What are you guys talking about?
I can't wait to go.
What are you people talking about? Chelsea, why would I not want him to be good? Somebody please riddle me this when I had this football team winning 10 games.
You're a hater.
Why? Hi, Steve. And then, yes, Red Sand, I see you. Are we okay? What are you giving him? What are you guys giving? You guys are... Wow, we are getting soft around here. If that's A, we got to grade this year out appropriately, please. This is an important year because if he can play, it's better for us. If he can't, here we go again, right? I don't want to hear we go again. I loved Jalen as a kid. I love him. But I need him to anticipate better.
A minus my ass.
A minus.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
Can I please, for the love of Christ, go?
Shut the fuck up. Go ahead.
A minus.
Look, as the resident Jalen Hurts hater, I feel it's my duty to explain some things to people. I am far more concerned with the quarterback than I am the head coach. Like Tom said, this is a second-round pick. This is a kid with championship pedigree. This is a kid that everyone was telling me, oh, it's Russell Wilson. You don't understand. This is Cam Newton-esque. Tell me how amazing Jalen is. Everyone and their mother was talking about how next level he was after week 1. And he was. He was great. And I said last week's show, if you want to impress me and you want to show me what's going on, let me see what's going on against a team like the Niners. And he pissed the bed. Like, I'm sorry. Like, he had some late throws. He overthrew some guys. It just wasn't there. Like, I'm sorry. Like, we all want him to be good. Nobody wants him to be bad. Like, I'm not Elliott Short-Parks begging and pleading Carson Wentz to suck so I have a story to tell. That's not me, and that's not how Tom operates. Like, come on. Like, one good game plus one bad game equals C game. Like, you're a C player. I'm sorry. As a former teacher, do I need to explain you how fucking math works? Like, you can have the A, but if you have the D, guess what? It rounds out to like a fucking C.
It's common sense. Like, the game plan was shit.
So Tom,
great quarterbacks make the game plan look good.
So let me just dig into this shit real quick. So Fan Friday, fam, I'm Birds of a Feather on Thursday night, but rocking with A2D for up 10 years. If you don't know now, you know. This is your boy Pete. So JBD stands for tonight, just beat Dallas. But this shit going on and this fuckery that's going on in this chat right now. Listen, Red Sand, I fuck with you a lot. The game plan 2 was shit. This is why I agree with the poll, because I disagree with the poll because I say it's hurts. Because Sirianni can have a fucking game plan, right? But if he doesn't trust his quarterback to have a strong enough arm to throw over the middle of the field, hence Chelsea, you talked about picks. You can't. It's hard to not throw picks when you don't throw over the middle of the field through 2 games. I'm just calling it what it is. The deep throws, the deep underthrown balls. I get it. We all want fucking Jalen to be great because he's a fucking great leader. But at the end of the day, that doesn't change his arm. So at the end of the day, Nick Sirianni can go on a Monday night, have a game plan to attack every fucking weakness that Dallas has. But if Jalen Hurts doesn't fucking execute and doesn't have the arm to execute, or doesn't have the skill and the time through 3 games being his 7th fucking start, because I'm pretty sure somebody else is going to say that in the chat, which I'm not expecting him to have. But don't fucking sit here and crown him. And you want to sit here and talk about, I talked about it before on Birds of a Feather last Thursday night. Dak Prescott is Jalen Hurts' ceiling. But at the end of the day, what has Dak fucking won in a big game? Has Dak won games single-handedly against everything else? Because that's what the fuck we're looking for in a franchise quarterback. If you're going to sit here in the chat and tell me right now that you think Jalen Hurts against all else, against a bad game plan, bad performance from his defense, not really making anything happen, and he can fucking win you a game and put a team on his back, if you think you can do that right now through 6 games, you're fucking laughing to yourself. It's a joke. It's a mockery because he can't do that. And once again, I'm not saying I'm expecting him to do that, but let's be fucking fair. D, F, 2 grades below the Mendoza line. B, A above it. Tom gave the fucking kid a C. Well, I'll give him a C plus. Does that move your needle any more? Does that move your needle more? Chelsea, I'm not fucking delusional. You're delusional. Literally, this is 20 minutes into the show. I don't even get this riled up on my own shit.
Who gives a fuck about being a Warrior? I care about good fucking football players.
About the Warriors.
Chelsea, I just sat here and said he's a fucking great leader. A great leader doesn't fucking win you a Super Bowl.
That great leader's 2-4 as a star there. Get the fuck out of here.
Got his face paint on. You know what I mean? Like, ready to go. Great leader. I mean, come on, guys. Listen, we love the kid. We all want him to be good. Listen, I can speak for myself, okay? Because I didn't hear everybody's take on it. But after week 1, I was very happy with what I saw. Extremely happy, okay? I also am a guy that believed he could combine for 30 touchdowns this year. I'm also a guy that had them winning 10, 11 games. And I still do. I'm also a guy who believes they're going to win Monday night. So all this being said, I got issues and concerns still with all that being said. Because
so Red Sand, what the fuck did he do? What did he do in his 4 games of last year, Red Sand? Tell me what the fuck he did. Take your time. You type it in all caps. So you must be reeling something.
What did he do last year?
What the fuck did he do in the last year in the first 4 games? Because we went 1-3.
Red Sand.
Went 1-3.
Red Sand. He went 1. I broke down every one of his fucking games last year. He went 1-3 and had 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions in the second half of the games he started last year.
When teams do what?
Out of here.
Pete, what do teams do in the second half after the first half?
Adjustment. He didn't make adjustments.
Yeah. Well, we talk about 9.5 points per game and his 6 starts in the second half. So, that's just the numbers. Everybody wants to number me to death. We're going to number you on some real stuff. That doesn't mean he can't become the franchise guy.
Exactly.
What it means right now is there is work to be done. And if y'all want to put pussy on a pedestal, go right ahead then. Because what we're trying to do to you right now is tell you that this isn't a franchise quarterback at the moment. He needs to develop into one. So stop crowning the squats. Stop crowning he's a warrior. The things we know. We're talking about the things we don't know. And what we don't know is, can he throw from the pocket enough? Now, anybody says, Tom, you're delusional why you haven't won 10, 11 games or haven't combined 30 touchdowns. My thought process is guys who can run around and make plays can be successful without the pocket early on. That's why I believe in that stuff. So I don't know you can never have it. Like, I'm almost having it both ways.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And keeping it real on the other side of it, and people still aren't happy. I mean, I'm the Kool-Aid drinker here. I'm the guy telling you 10, 11 wins. I'm the guy telling you 30 combined TDs. I'm telling you these things and telling you there is still major question marks. Mm-hmm. How you throw the football on time and go through your reads. That is just factual. Right. Devontae Smith would have 2 touchdowns if balls were thrown on time on Sunday. And that's from a guy who's a really smart football guy sitting 12 rows off the field. That's how open he was seeing it there. So you can take it all for what you want. People told me, Josh Norman shut down the receivers. No, they didn't.
No, he didn't.
Part of it is your receivers might be open, but the guy's not throwing. We were watching it live. Jake, I believe you were still on with us. Yeah, and Rager and Devontae were both in the NFL open.
They're both open, yeah.
They're both open.
So Todd says, is that a QB or coaching when it comes to second half adjustments? It's the coaching, but we're talking to Todd. And to provide context, Todd, we're talking about last year when defensive coordinators made an adjustment to what the Eagles were doing on the offensive side of the football. Yes, we're talking about that. Last year was a shit show. But through the first 2 games this year, first game, this is the main reason why they lost Sunday, is because Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts and everybody on the offensive side of the ball thought they were playing fucking Atlanta Falcons all over again. Yep. And thought that they can get away with their mistakes and have second chances at more points. And when you're playing a better team, a more experienced team, and a better coach team, Nick Sirianni got pants because of his feel, but also at the same time, what I'm telling you is, and this is just, if you're a coach, and even if you know how to attack a team, right? If you feel as if you don't have the tools and the players to be able to attack that team where they're weak at, you're not going to do that. There's been numerous reports said that there wasn't even routes called across the field in the middle of the field against the 49ers on Sunday. That's two things. That's on Sirianni, but if Sirianni does tend to do that, now it's on Jalen Hurts to get the ball to those receivers. Now you saw the out. This is the very first play of the game, the first series of the game. When you have an out like that, and I think it was DPI on Josh Norman or Devontae Smith. I believe that call. Did you see how long it took that ball to get there? When it was DPI and Devontae Smith, that ball took forever to get there.
Yeah,
2 days, Pete. 2 days it took.
You see what I'm saying? So like,
but why can't people watch that and just say like, did you not watch football? Or are you blinded by certain other agendas? Like that's my concern. Like you can hate Carson and still have reservations. Like Carson's gone, so we have to make a decision again. We're back into the worst decision. The worst place you want to be in the NFL is not knowing if you have a franchise guy or not. That's not a position you want to be in this league unless the rest of your roster is loaded and you still don't want to be in that position. So can we just judge this fairly throughout this season so at least us as a fan base knows? And then they can smoke they want up our ass next year?
If it was Carson
Wentz, it behind to draw a DPI. Come on, man. Jesus Christ.
If that was Carson Wentz in the first two games, like, would this even be a fucking discussion?
Oh, we've been talking benching after.
Oh my God, we'd be driving his ass out of Philly. Like, are you kidding me?
I mean, he'd be hurt anyway. So who are we kidding? Because he's soft. Right. He's soft as Charmin too when it comes to injury. I mean, he can't get out of his own way. It's a shame, really, for the guy.
He's not going to miss. Hopefully he's going to play Sunday. So
yeah, it's just funny though. I mean, he always leaves games or there's something.
75%. Listen,
he's cursed with that shit.
People need to understand, and this is trying to be fair. Like, I'm not jumping in 1 feet and Jalen Hurts is a franchise, not jumping on the other side where Jalen Hurts can't play. It's something to be said when you got kids like Josh Allen or Mac Jones that can roll out of bed looking like they a box of marshmallows and can have a better arm. To where this kid, I've seen it numerous times already, he can squat 600 pounds. I think it was being sarcastic there. He can squat 600 pounds because he had to build up his legs because he has to generate his throws from the base of his body to order to get more speed. Like, I can't not say, like, look at Carson never fucking worked out. His arm is 2 times stronger than Jalen Hurts. 2 times. And nowhere near the leader. The leadership makes you want to fall in love with the kid, and I get it. I would like
to like the player more.
Forget about this. I'm totally going to forget about this, but I don't say it right now. What you're leaving out, Pete, is the bigger thing when we talk about velocity and all these other things. It's how quick is your release is more important than the rest. If your release is quick, then it makes up for it. But he doesn't have a quick release, so he can throw as hard as Justin Herbert. Somebody told me the other day that like it was tracked, and I'm going to tell you, well, Herbert throws it with a quicker release then because his ball comes out quicker. It just looks quicker. So that's the difference. I think that's what everybody's missing. It's remember how Randall had a long delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Us guys remember Randall Cunningham, long delivery
from down here.
Yeah. So like we know it came out hard, but the eyes can say, okay, that's taken a while, right? And that hurt him. But Jalen, in a way, has a long delivery. And I think that hurts. I don't know.
Like, seriously, can we just nobody here hates Jalen Hurts. Like, I'm super critical of him and everything, but nothing would make me happier than if he turns into fucking Russell Wilson, because I'll have 2 or 3 first-round picks to build my defense around. Like, is this even a question? Like, how do you say with a straight face, oh, you're just a Hurts hater?
Well, I think what people are also failing to understand, it's like we're being critical, but at the same time, it's not like we're hating on the kid. It's not like we don't want him to be good. We all want him to be good. Like, obviously, all the intangibles are there, minus the arm strength, but he's a leader. He's a hard worker. He's a good guy to have in the community. Like, I get, we all understand that. We didn't hate the pick because of the kid.
So am I. You don't want me playing quarterback right now.
Right, exactly. That's my point.
It's not like we're sitting here saying, I
don't think I was your point, but I'll throw myself.
Taylor Heineke threw the ball last Thursday against the Giants better than what Jalen's thrown the ball through 2 games.
He looks pretty
Just throwing the football. That's all I'm focused on. Just throwing the football. The way the football comes out of his hands, I don't know how you can improve that. He, like we said it when you guys were on Wednesday night. I said Drew Brees had one of the weakest arms, but he was always on time. He pre-anticipated his throws. Now Jalen has to learn that. What me and Tom and Pete and Jake are saying through 2 games so far, 6 in total, because that should have come up again. It's been a C. Once again, it's not a pass. I mean, it's a pass. It's not a fail. It's not blowing it out of the water. But once again, Atlanta week 1 game plan and him made it look like it was out of this world.
Yeah.
And
game 2. Go ahead.
No. I thought you were done. My bad.
No, I was going to say game 2.
Hard on
the
here.
thing is, we left points on the field. Tom has already told you that 2 touchdowns DeVonta Smith could have had. Points on the field. I don't care how good you can lead. The point is to win football games. Carson had outstanding performances in the 4th quarter after playing like shit for 3 quarters, and he was hated. Still is to this day. I don't even think Jalen can do that in this point right now. So please listen to the context of what I'm saying. Not saying long-term, not saying short-term. I'm being present right here in this moment. C grade is very, very fair.
And I'm presenting you right now too. I'll throw another. We'll throw another one on here right in a moment. He gets full 17 games this year. So after 17-4 last year, I don't want to hear from anybody. Well, it's only
21 games. Got more than enough.
Because it doesn't just continue to go on as a short sample size. Like, no, it comes to the point where it's like, okay,
season and a half, man.
Like if he finishes a B- on a grading scale, then guess who we're running? Guess who we're going to give the keys to?
Yeah,
we're going to give them to him, right?
Yep.
Okay. And the reason I want this team to be a playoff team is because I want him to be the guy. Because it's everything. You can just go build a roster. You have tons of money, tons of picks. You can actually win ASAP. You can win tomorrow, essentially, right? You're winning tomorrow.
Yeah.
So why would anybody want him to fail? Like if you want him to fail, you're a loser. Kayvon, thank you. Can people shut up?
Appreciate it, Kayvon.
Can the kid be himself? And he's got many things to fix. C grade right now. Let's see what happens. Timing. Yes, timing.
Yep.
But he has a visor that indicates franchise quarterback. That's what I was told.
The franchise QB visor.
What happened?
I'm just saying he has a dark visor. Therefore, he's Randall and Russ and Cam Newton and Lamar Jackson and everyone else.
What up, Todd?
What's up, Todd?
What up, Godfather? What up, Pete? What up, Jake?
Or and 8. If Jalen didn't underthrow or miss guys, then we'd also would have won.
Oh, mercy. Okay. Yes. I agree with the poll, right? Like that whole second game. I want to take a poll right now. Okay. Would y'all prefer to lose against the Cowboys or lose against the 49ers? Like, let's start right there because
I lose to either one of them bitches.
I would have.
I think I think everybody like undervalued the 49ers like the way they played Detroit, and we was expecting them we was gonna run them over because we saw we was a little bit giddy about our offense and seeing the injuries and Jimmy G and everything. Even though our defense got after them, our offense did move the ball, but we forgot the main thing to do. Is put points on the damn board. And that was a real learning lesson for both Jalen Hurts and the head coach. I don't care if you want to pull out nostalgia plays and try to get the home crowd going. You got to put points on the board, man. And I think that was a real big lesson for, Nick Sirianni. It's like, dude, don't placate to us. Don't, we are always fired up. I mean, fuck, we piss fucking alcohol. So it don't take much for Philly fans to get fired up. I mean, once Sunday hit, we're all fired up. But to do Philly specials, try to always, do big plays, and that's why we're sitting here questioning Jalen Hurts now. We're too busy. We like this. We know he can get the ball down the field. That's no problem. But can he make the decisions on the right time? And I understand everybody's point. Is like, can he make the decisions and can he get the ball there in time? Which I think he can. It's just it was all around that. That's why that game felt weird. It was like we're moving the ball, but we're not punching it in. I mean, hell, we didn't even really run Miles Sanders. That's why I'm like, the balance was really off. Mm-hmm. So this game is going to tell a lot. This Cowboys game is going to tell a lot about Nick Sirianni, tell you the truth, because, I mean, last season, you talking about Jalen Hurts going in on a sinking ship, and we know how missionary Doug was with the play calling too. You know, you calling the RPO all the damn time. It was like the defense knew what was coming. And like you said,
you guys don't want to hear this, Todd, though. You don't want to hear this. You guys don't hear this. So Westbrook's coming out begging him to run the ball more. Well, what seems to be the same MO is that, well, maybe Jeffrey Lurie, all that shit's real. Like, the only reason they run the ball well is because Jalen's running. That's why it looks like they run the ball well. If Jalen wasn't running, you'd be running the ball like shit.
Yep. I mean, for me, it's like, why isn't Jordan Howard activated? Because, I mean, we saw what he was doing during the preseason. He looked as healthy as ever. We need that big back to go right up the middle. I mean, don't get me wrong, Gainwell can run the ball too, but Miles Sanders and Gainwell to me are slashers and outside runners. But most of the time we was running the ball, we trying to run up the middle. I'm sorry, Miles Sanders is not that thumper.
No.
Can he slash up the middle? I mean, to me, he can slash up the middle here and there. He can bust one, but let's be honest, I'd rather have Jordan Howard if you want to try to play man football. Because that's what he tried to do with 49ers. You cannot outman the 49ers on that. No. I'm sorry.
At the 1 yard line, like how can you not
just
run?
How
can you not just QB sneak it?
Just sneak it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you think that was obvious
all fucking day long. I'm just saying.
You think that was obvious. I mean, you right there on the goal line. He's first and goal. You know, go ahead and quarterback sneak it 4 times. Eventually, he's going to have to break the plane.
But like Ethan was saying in the chat, he says Sirianni has this need to be loved, bro. Like, we seen it in the press conference yesterday. I just happened to catch it. I was working. I just pulled it up. My man, he had a Beat Dallas shirt on. Like, yeah. Like you
corny, bro.
Yeah. No, that was very high school. You know,
that gets the score run up on you real quick.
That's
there. 35-7 beat down on Monday night.
I'm a petty bitch, so I like it. But like, if we get our asses blown out like 48-7, then it's a different story.
Yeah, but I mean, like but hey, remember, Doug Peterson was making guarantees before he head down to Dallas.
And then he walked it back.
And there you go. So I'm like, no, every coach
so far to be like, yeah, I'll wear it. I don't give a shit. Let's go.
Redo. I mean, listen, I like that. You wear it, but you better go down there and play football. All right. I mean, you go down and get your Jordan button off wearing that shirt. You better burn that bitch because that's not going to fly in this. Listen, I keep everything equal with every coach. Right? Doug was an idiot taking it back. Won't you say it? Stand by it.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going down and win a football game.
There you go.
That's how you should think, right? I'm not saying you come out and say it. I got no problem with the shirt. You just better go down and win a football game. I think you're winning.
You got to back it up. You got to back it up.
And that's where we're going to find out this Monday because I mean, we know he could draw up plays. The calling is I mean, that's why it goes hand in hand. We still.
I don't even know what the call is.
I'm not trying to pull out the judgment stick on Hurts so fast. That's the only thing. I mean, do I see the floaters? Do I believe in the zip? It's like we don't know. And I think that bothers the fuck out of Philly fans that when we don't know or we have that unknown hanging over our heads, we are fucking crazy. Like, yo, we treat it like Y2K. Do I need to get canned goods? Do I need to build a bomb shelter? What do I need to do?
He said like a nor'easter coming.
Well, the thing that people need to understand.
Does Jalen Hurts throw over the middle? I don't know. But guess what? We need to prepare. I'm like, damn. I know Deshaun Watson has a play, but
Eagles fans right now are like white people here in the store.
I'm not trying to turn in those 3 first-round picks because right now they looking pretty good. I mean, I'm trying to build a the Godfather. Like, hey, I'm not trying to give away 3 first-round picks for one guy. Like,
no,
because 2 is gone. You know, Wentz is doing Wentz, and yes, I'm on the fence too. I'm tired of hearing about Wentz. I mean, guys.
The thing is, Todd, like on some real shit, and we thank you for joining us, man. Like always, I don't think I've ever been on Friday when you was on, so it's nice to put a face to the message you'd be sending. But it's no easy bridge to a franchise QB if Hurts ain't it, bro.
Oh, trust me. The draft next year for quarterbacks is not looking good, and so it's like hopefully
the guys coming
Deshaun Watson gets released from his contract. But I mean, he already said he didn't really want to play in Philly, so I don't know why that would be an option either. But that's why I'm trying to believe. I'm trying to believe it hurts because there's no real good options as far as going as a quarterback. Because guess what? If you get another rookie quarterback, he's going to struggle too. I mean, eventually you got to let these quarterbacks develop, man. Like, seriously.
I'll just say this. When you think it's easy to draft a franchise quarterback, Brandon Weeden, Jason Campbell, and Johnny Manziel enter the chat.
I mean, dude, the list is forever. I mean, like Jamarcus Russell. I mean, like, come on, man. Let's
Yo, Jamarcus, did you watch the game film? Yeah. Bitch, I gave you a blank tape.
But I will say about draft, I told you Terrence Marshall was going to be a beast. I wanted him in the second round. I picked him because he's balling out. I just want to have that little side note. But no,
I just didn't want him in the first round.
But let's talk about something serious because I don't like that Jordan Mailata being out for Monday. I'm not liking that. Okay, that man has been collecting body bags. And I don't want to see the emotional Dillard out there because I know they're gonna try to put Randy Gregory out there and Michael Parsons, and I feel as though they can
tell Randy Gregory they have lead on the sideline.
But hopefully Mailata can be able to play because I want him. I was ready for him to pancake the Terminator, like straight up. Original Terminator, squish him right down, let the red eye disappear. Like that's what I was hoping Mailata would do to his ass, but
he's overrated.
This game's weird though, right? Because our O line's beat up, but Dallas's D line's really beat up right now.
Yeah.
So
and that's what I'm saying. It's an early divisional game,
gonna be
baby.
The key factor, Pete.
Well, can Dillard play?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, general manager, if he can't, he's got to be able to come out and play at a decent level on Monday night. I mean, use a fucking first round pick on him. I mean, you can't continue to just talk about these guys and sign guys behind them to big deals. That's all we do, right? We draft these guys and then him, Derek Barnett, but then the guys behind them are getting the money. Wait,
exactly.
What?
That is ass backwards of being. It's like we see Josh Sweat. We see when he explodes on the film or on our TVs. We're like, okay, where you at, Barnett? And then we get hit with the penalties out of fucking nowhere. That's stupid. I mean, even though he does provide pressure too, but it's like, damn, Barnett.
It's really kills me because he'll do something really good. And then he'll have a fucking boneheaded play like that.
Yeah.
Always.
And then I'm seeing from like I said, we're dealing with a small sample size. And if Dillard does play, I mean, this is his chance to shine because we did realize we seen a 7th rounder who never played football beat out a 1st rounder that went to Stanford, that actually went to a high-end school.
Yep.
So it's
who we were told never gave up a sack his entire college career. So, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Ian, that's coming from the pass happy coach that he had. Because his run. When you're lacking in run defense, we were saying that maybe he's soft like cottonelle tissue, scared to run somebody over. But hey, I just look at it like this: He's got an opportunity if he does play. Like I said, I still want Mailata out there because I'm sorry that hit on that Falcons cornerback is still the imprint still left on that field.
Mm-hmm.
But I want us. We need to beat Dallas, man. This is a divisional game, man. Hands down, and we don't see them till the end of the freaking season.
Pretty much,
and that's a long ass fucking time.
Next 4 games are not going to be fun.
No, they're not.
Well, I'm not looking at the whole four. Hey, you gotta do one and done. I mean, we don't.
I understand. I understand that.
You don't skip over no divisional game, man. Like fuck. I don't look ahead of when it comes to Dallas.
If we don't win this game, like Carolina, the Raiders, the Bucks, the Chiefs, that is not a fun foursome.
No,
it's not. But hey, things can change with injuries, man. Every week to week always change, bro. Like that's why I'm like, can we really focus on? We are not a juggernaut.
They were, going in the last night as they are today. So I mean, you have to look at that when you talk about the Panthers. I mean, they lost two big factors to their football team in Horn and McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, we don't know if we'll see McCaffrey by our week. I mean, like we don't know.
You don't know what Tampa's going to bring, or the Chiefs at that time. So you just got to go into what you know, and that's Dallas on Monday night. Right.
That's why I keep it simple, man.
Take care of that. But if you don't win that game, I mean, your season's not over, but it's odds don't
not looking good.
Odds don't really lean to your side when you're losing divisional games.
Exactly.
You sort of hold. I don't know.
Hey, at the beginning of every fucking season, my goal is just to win the division. It don't need to be make the playoffs. I'm not trying to get no wild card. I just want to win the division. You get a bonus. You're already in the playoffs. I don't care where we're seated. I just want to win the fucking division. I don't like to hear Cowboys fans talk. My dad's a Giants fan, so I don't want to hear him talk. And who gives a fuck about the septic tank that is the Washington football team? I mean, let's keep it all real. It's like at the end of the day, we always want to fuck up Dallas. Okay, we still play fucking that 44-6 game as a motivational game, like, or when we went into Dallas and the Sean McCoy won the rushing title. Like we still, when we put up points on them, we celebrate that shit. So it's like, hey, fuck up Dallas. Like that's all hands down. I don't care about no shirt, whatever. Just come out ready to play. I mean, they show that they always have that fight in them, but hey, we can't just keep throwing, go bombs all the damn time. This ain't Madden, man.
And what's going to happen, Todd? Off of that, Dallas is going to look at that. Dan Quinn's going to, and they already play a cover 2, cover 3 type scheme. They're going to try. They're going to try to take that shit away. So this is the game. When we're talking about the middle of the field, Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, the arm. This is going to be the game that we need. That we're going to see it. It's either going to hit or they're going to struggle. And the thing is,
I mean, fuck, let's get Dallas Goedert in the game. I mean, he's trying to play for a contract.
He didn't want to be here, right? Where he been at?
How you having Zach Ertz block on the play, but you're not going to use Goddard to block, or even having Goddard to just be useful? Like you're just not using your tight ends correctly, and it's just annoying.
I mean, that's why we're, I'm hearing even the media say if you take the trainer's wheel off, you got to open up the whole playbook. So, that's why I'm like, this whole game is all about it because you already know Quez walking speed is deadly. So you're going to stay in cover 2 most of the damn time. This Devontae Smith can get down the field. Our wide receivers can get down the field. The question is, can you make the hits across the middle? Give these guys open space to make plays.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to that, Hurts, you're going to have to throw the ball on time. In order, like Sirianni got to make those play calls, and Hurts has to make those plays. I mean, fuck, pull them on rollouts. Make it even more simpler for them. Roll them out to the left. Roll them out to the right.
Go watch some Kevin Stefanski play calling. There you go. They do it all the time over in Cleveland. I love those. I love rollouts in general. They're just fucking fun.
I mean, it gives the quarterback more options. I mean, you can look down the field, you can look right in the middle, or you can just take the little check down with your running back. It gives you those options and allows you to make quick decisions with what you got. If you don't see nothing, you're already running.
Or he already running. He ain't waiting to slide.
You're already running. You got a head start.
I mean, look at Baltimore. Their running back looks down the field all the time.
Yeah, but you also have to run the ball well for the play action to work. To work.
And keep on trying to smash Miles Sanders to hopefully finds a crease for that 5 to 6 yards. Is that's a flip of a coin. Does he get it? Yeah, but Man, put them on the outside. I mean, hell, do it like a little quick pitch. Just get them going.
Yep.
The play action pass deep though, do what they've done the first 2 weeks. That's going to be the hardest thing for them to do. Now, one thing I will say is, this is going to sound crazy. With the way they have to attack what we think in the middle of the field, them losing D-Law and putting Michael Parsons at DN may actually help us, because you're taking him away from the middle of the field and you're putting him closer to the line. Yep. It doesn't matter if Mailata can't go and Dillard plays and Dillard sucks. It's not going to fucking matter anyway. But if things work, and that's going to open up the middle of the field, because you're taking their best defensive player and you're moving him away from the area of the field that you want to attack. He can't be in two places at one time. You know what I mean? So while he is a beast, and that is true, being closer to the line allows you to control more of what kind of effect he can have on the game. If he does start to kick Dillard's ass, maybe do some things, you get him away, start to chip him a little bit. But I got a sneaky feeling that we may see more. If Howard's going to be activated for the game on Monday, that's going to tell you how they plan to attack him. They're going to try to fucking run the shit out of the ball. And that's one way, dare I say it, you got to try to keep their offense off the fucking field, because that offense is just.
That's another point, because flip the coin on our defense. We know the front four. I mean, Javon Halgrave. It shows you, 1 year got to know Fletcher. It really showed out. I mean, I'm glad he showed out these last two games, but we're right back to the same problem same with Jim Schwartz. We know we got the four that could get there, but guess what? We got to have the speed of linebackers or something to stop these short passes or these in and outs, because there's no point of seeing your front four almost always getting to the quarterback, and just to take like a little 5-yard dump pass and getting like a 20-yard gain. Like, that is a killer.
So real quick, to answer Sam's question, Todd, do y'all think we run shotgun too much? You have to, because what Tom is saying, what I'm saying, if you put Jalen under center, and he has to take a 7 or 5 or 7 step drop back, he has to then turn around and diagnose where the fuck to go with the ball.
Yep.
That's the problem. So in shotgun, he can see everything in front of him, and makes it easier. You definitely don't want this dude turning his back away from the line, because when he comes back, you don't know what the hell he about to do.
Right.
Like, to also comment on that, it's not like Hurts couldn't add that to his repertoire. He's just not ready yet.
Right.
His eye, like, that's what I'm saying. He's for these first, that's what I say, the first 4 games is, especially for a quarterback, is really getting acclimated to the game speed again. To when you know the play and you right back into, okay, this is game mode, this is game speed. Like, everybody don't understand, like, you can try to play as much preseason as you want to. It's not compared to an actual game where it matters, and fans, now you got fans back. So you talking about that adrenaline rush that was missing last year. When you got that home crowd rocking, which it was, I mean, you talking about adrenaline pumping, you got emotions. That's why you saw a lot of key mistakes, and you saw a veteran team win. They knew that's where that ice water in the veins come from, where where it's chaotic, everything is so going crazy, but you're keeping it calm. And sometimes, that can even get the best of you. Yep. So it's definitely one of these first 4 games. Like, he's not ready to look away from the what's going on and then readjust and where's my receivers at? He hasn't gotten that time, especially that I want to say knowing where your receivers are, even pitch darkness. Like, that's what they always Ron Jaworski would say about him and Mike Quick, or what's my man, Harry Carmichael. They was able to throw the ball in complete darkness and still be on that connection. We haven't got that yet. Where he can turn around, he can, we can bootleg, and he knows where his wide receivers are going to be every single time.
Right.
Because Jalen, look at Jalen Reagor. I mean, you step out of bounds. Come on, bro.
That was a horrible route.
That's just
come
that
on,
was just a bad route.
and that's what I'm saying. That's not on Hurts. That's not on Nick Sirianni. That was just lazy ass route running.
Yep.
You are a wide receiver in the NFL. You got to know where the out of bounds is.
Yeah, the thing is with Rager though, he just can't. He can't run routes. That's his issue.
Well,
He's just a speed guy.
dude. No, well, I mean, like, fucking,
speed.
you're chiseled like a motherfucker. Like, you mean to tell me you can't like really fight to keep your, ground?
I agree. Yep, I agree.
Yep.
Like, come on, man.
So easily got pushed out, came back in.
I'm like, did you not learn anything from Deshaun Jackson? I mean, at least he would have. I mean, like, Deshaun Jackson's a stick, man, and he still never got pushed out of bounds.
Nope.
No.
Never have we ever heard a callback of a bomb from D-Jax. Never.
Not for that. So I'm almost starting to think that if you look at how Seattle's using Tyler Lockett through 2 weeks in the slot to get him a free release, almost starting to think that's how you got to use Rager, because that takes that shit away from him.
Exactly.
Constantly lining up on the outside, like he don't have what Quez already has. Quez has the innate ability to know where that boundary is. You know what I mean? And it's more somewhat built already in the skill set of a true outside wide receiver. Where how we use Rager, I think that screen pass that he caught for a touchdown in Atlanta, he started off as the near far sideline receiver. He was closer to the line. Even it was a screen, but he was able to get out, get his free release. Boom, his athleticism took over. His natural skill took over. But that's what, like we're saying, that all takes time, because the reason, and go back to the poll question, is we sit here and we talk about Sirianni versus, we've seen Sirianni 2 games. We've now seen Jalen 6. Regardless of who the coaches is, like Thomas said, all this week, you're starting to see the same shit. Like, where is the progression coming from? You know what I mean? Like, what can we honestly sit here and say through 2 games of the 2021 season? Has he done better than what he did the last 4 games of the 2020 season?
Yeah.
And that's for anybody. That's for you guys. That's for anybody in the chat.
And that's where it's like, I can't call it right now because it is the same shit. We know he got that rainbow pass. Like, it is a beautiful deep ball. We know he got that. We know he can scramble. He's smart with it. He's not like trying to be like Carson Wentz and be a crash test dummy. We know he likes to get out of bounds. He'll slide, which we appreciate.
Yeah,
he can get rid of the ball. Live. His decision making isn't bad. It's just we need to now see. Okay, can he make the passes over the middle? Can he start to really put the ball in places where it needs to be? Get other wide receivers in the game. I mean, was he eyeing Smith a little bit too much? I think he was.
Mm-hmm. And
sometimes I feel as though he was. I think he was looking for him too much. So I mean, even though that's your number one, which you're supposed to, but like Devontae Smith learned a lesson. I mean, he's playing with Josh Norman. Josh Norman, he doesn't have the speed no more, and you should automatically beat him every day on Sunday. But he's a veteran. He knows crafty skills. He knows to do things that will help him cheat.
Yep.
Sometimes the ref will catch it. Sometimes it's not, and that's what Smith learned. You're not going to get every call. This is sorry, Alabama. You just about get every call if you want it.
No SEC refs here.
Hey, exactly. You can't. There is. I mean, even if you're playing at home, you don't get no hometown. Discounts.
You have fun getting those calls in Jerry World.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's
right.
what I'm saying. Like,
Devontae Smith can catch a ball in the end zone, and they'll say, "No, there was no clear recovery."
I mean, that's why he learned a valuable lesson. You're gonna have to make the catch, young man, no matter what. Like, even I know is they're holding whatever, but if it hits you in the hands, like one of those passes did hit him square dead in the hands and chest, and he didn't make the catch. He still had an opportunity to make the catch.
It wasn't the one in the end zone. It was the one in it was
like
down the field.
Like, I know
exactly
it's in the middle of the field. It was like right in the middle of the field. Like, even though you got two press cover or 2-man coverage on you at that. I mean, the safety was right there too. It still hit you in the hands. It still hit you in the chest. You got to make that catch.
Yep, it's your fault. Yep, hits you in the hands. It's your fault.
But hey, sorry, but I mean that's why I said this is all. I take that 49ers game like a true lesson. It was just like, hey, this is if you want to be talking later in January and February, this is the kind of things you got to learn from. You got to learn to. I mean, hell, when I forgot, I didn't even know we used all 3 timeouts. When I looked down, and I'm like, this. Wait, we don't even have no timeouts right before the 2-minute warning.
Yeah,
he's talking the fourth quarter, the first half. Well, the fourth quarter.
Quarter,
the whole.
That was a weird spot. He decided to use him at. He was banking on
really
getting stopping and getting the ball back. The one thing from the 49ers game though is it wasn't like they got blew out the water. And I guess in a way that makes it good, but it makes it more frustrating for us as fans because we saw the opportunities to put up points and we saw opportunities to win the game. It wasn't like they just came out and they just got beat off the ball where they just got outclassed and outplayed. It wasn't that. It's like, so those little things give you hope to where if that situation arises again, that hopefully they learn and they'll take those points or they'll have a better feel for the game, better play calls in the red zone. That gives me somewhat confidence going in moving forward, but also at the same time, it's like there's going to be that game to where they're just going to get beat handily. I'm thinking Cincinnati, Carson's rookie year, 2016. That game was, oh my God. Remember that game? I think AJ Green was going crazy. Everybody was going.
Yeah,
that was the game where you just didn't
that's
have
what
it.
I'm saying. Like
you're going to have that game.
I bet you, like most of the Philly fans, I mean, I know the network broadcast, eyebrow betting and everything, really took the 49ers. But I guarantee you, even Bart Scott was while watching that game, he was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna be a national embarrassment, man. They moving this fucking ball, they just wasn't putting the ball, putting it in the end zone." And that's where, like Nick Sirianni, I think that's what really hit him the most. He was like, "Wow. Yeah, I can do all these things, have to keep the crowd happy, big plays, little nostalgia plays. But if you're not scoring, all that shit don't matter." I mean, we talking about a 91-yard pass, but when you talking about a 91-yard pass, you always follow it up with the touchdown. Like you always know there was a score. Yeah, you always know there was a score followed up with something. But just to know there was a 91-yard pass and there was no
get the fuck out of here.
No boom goes the dynamite. I mean, that's blue ball city, baby.
Yeah.
You gotta finish that shit, man.
Yeah, if they came away with 3 there, they probably win the football game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even 3.
Makes it a 2-score game. It makes it a 2-score game at that point.
Yep.
Exactly. So I mean, there's I
can't even take this dude's comments seriously. Like I just
Devonta Smith is an all fucking American Heisman Trophy winner. Who the fuck is Stephon Diggs or Trayvon Diggs? Whatever the fuck his name is, I don't give a shit.
Everybody's all in Trayvon Diggs' bag because he had that one interception against Keenan Allen. Why he has played better, I will give him
He has played better.
I mean, let's listen. Like we've already known about how Devontae feels and his work ethic. They probably been going at each other all through college at Alabama. Let's not forget now they get to see each other in the league.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's probably going to be 50-50 on Monday night. 50-50. He's going to win some, he's probably going to lose some.
Yep.
Oh, it's going to be, trust me. I know Diggs he's like this in the meetings like this. Yo, I got Smith. I know his tendencies. Yo, we got him. We've been battling since college. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm guaranteed he's going to line up right there. That's why, hey, I'm looking at Quez. I'm looking at, Rager. It's like, and these tight ends. Like, we got to get other weapons really involved to really, because that's what I thought was going to be our offense. We was just, everybody's going to touch the ball. We're going to keep it moving at a nice pace. I mean, as you can tell, Arthur Smith it threw the kitchen sink at us. And he didn't have nothing to follow up because now he's like this. I don't have Derrick Henry. I can't run the ball like the way I want to.
Yep.
Matty Ice is a shell of himself, and I don't have any other real weapons. They're young. So that's how I take it, like, with that perspective. But the Monday night game is just too goddamn important. I mean, like fucking, I don't want to be talking shit about with Eli Manning and Peyton Manning on the goddamn now.
Oh,
it's like doing
great.
commentary.
I can't wait to watch that.
That's gonna be fun.
It's like, here we go. I'm like, yo, it's the national televised game. I want our boys to shine, man. Like real talk. Like it seems like every time primetime games we haven't been shining.
Right. It's better for the boys coming off the win against the Chargers, though, because if it's 0-2, then you got a desperate Dallas team.
I completely agree.
Oh, I know they got that Barry charge in their back because everybody already, the way we talk about, the Chargers being the playoff team, it was in that nice stadium. They was able to hush up Justin Herbert a little bit, and trust me, they walking with a big dick right now. But we gonna have to put them on ice.
I wish I had Justin Herbert.
Oh, here we go. Come on, man.
I'm sorry. Are you kidding me? It wouldn't be a fucking we wouldn't even be talking about things.
Man, quit looking at other people's goddamn treasures, man.
Well,
quick. I don't
have any treasures to look at mine. Well, what else am I supposed to do?
Stop pocket watching, man. Just appreciate the game, man. But don't count another man's pockets, man. Like, yo, he's over in San Diego. Fuck it. He's over there. If he lined up against us on Sunday, I'll be playing over here. I'm ready to fuck him up. Like, yo, real talk. I don't look at another man's goddamn. I don't count another man's pockets. I don't look at another man's trash. I worry about our own goddamn shit. And fucking, that's what we need to get back to is Philadelphia. Quit worrying about other people's bullshit and get back to doing what we do best, and that's fuck a motherfucker up. Like, that's where, I'm just keeping it real, man. We too busy all over the goddamn place and being too analytical and all that other shit. What just happened to just line up on fucking Sunday and Monday, strap up the helmet and let's go. Like, that's what happened. We was in a fight on Sunday. That was a real street fight, and we lost. We took it under the chin.
I would like a quarterback with a good arm. That's just me. I mean,
goddamn.
I mean, New Orleans wanted that for years, and they still want.
I mean, you like the Eagles and the goddamn Browns. What do you know about a fucking quarterback, man? Like, seriously.
Oh shit.
Oh, you want?
Hey, like you root for them damn Brownies. I mean, you even said it when you went through that whole backyard damn jersey with so many damn names and all the other shit.
Quarterback, you can argue.
like seriously,
I got a list of like 40 guys I can pull from to be like, that's how I know what's not supposed to look like.
Well, there you go. I mean, you have experience of not seeing a quarterback. Just because you see another quarterback on a different team doesn't mean he's gonna be doing the same shit for your fucking damn Brownies, man. Like seriously. Like, hey, you can take another quarterback. Some quarterbacks can travel, man. Some quarterbacks can go to a different team and still do what they do. Yeah. But I have seen other quarterbacks get high praise when he was with another team, Trent Dilfer. Go to a fucking other team and don't deliver them a Super Bowl, but he got paid.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone who actually believed Dilfer was going to be good.
I remember how he was lighting up Arizona. Like, he gave Arizona something to talk about. He goes to Denver where they was loaded and didn't do shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he had an arm he was Jake the Snake.
Yep.
He got a nickname in the NFL.
I'm going Jake fucking Delhomme.
So what do you guys got score prediction Monday night?
Woo!
I got 28-24 Eagles.
I was thinking that I was trying to stay in the middle because there's some points going to be scored, but they already trying to call for like a high scoring game, like in the high 30s or 40s or something like that. I was like, damn, y'all not giving our defense no credit.
24-21 Eagles.
I'm going to say, let me think here. I'm going to say 28-24 Eagles. It's going to be a close game, but I just want to see what this obviously our defense has played well, but I just need to see what our defense does against Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. That's going to be the real test on Monday.
I'm going to go 27-24 Eagles.
Okay.
Damn, Sam! I just said the same score.
Oof.
I'll slide in. I'll go with 31-27 Eagles.
Wow, did we all pick the Eagles here?
I think so.
Yeah. Just something about when Dallas is coming off of a high horse. When Dallas is really feeling themselves before they play us, we always bring them right back down to earth. Exactly. And right now, they not even looking at us. I mean, Skip Bayless is even treating us like, oh, we treat the Giants as our real rivals, or the Washington Redskins are our real rivals. Those Eagles, they're not even on our radar.
I mean, we have more wins and playoff wins than they have in the last 20 years. But I'm like, okay.
I mean, like, we know the history. I mean, that's a ride or die cowgirl right there. You know, that's why I respect Skip. You know, no matter what, he gonna ride with him.
Don't say Troy Aikman. Don't say that to Troy Aikman.
Well, we're gonna find out a lot about Jalen Hurts, but I think Miles Sanders is going to be the offensive player of the game because I think he's going to. Miles? Well, I'm not a big Miles guy, but I think he's gonna have a big run. I think he'll have a big run or two in this football game. He's due for a 50-pluser. Right, what better place than on turf, and against a defensive line that's banged up. So it's a good spot for him for something like that. I thought Eckler ran well against the Cowboys for the most part when I was watching that game. So I can see Miles having a really good football game. You're gonna need to.
I was thinking either Miles or Dallas Goedert because something tells me when the first time I seen Goedert play against Dallas in Dallas, I mean he had that or that long TD pass that got called back, unfortunately. But he plays well against Dallas. I'm gonna go with Goedert as my offensive player of the game.
Devontae.
Saying Devontae, Pete?
Yep, all day.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Jalen real quick.
I was right there, Pete. I was right there.
Texas kid, big moment.
He's back home. Yep, I'm right there with you. I'm right there.
You going with Hurts?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think he has a bounce back. I think he has a bounce back game because this Dallas defense is still very, very suspect, and their D line is banged up. So I can see us either running the ball a lot, and I think obviously outside of Trayvon Diggs, I'm not really a fan of their secondary either. So I think Jalen Hurts has a good night.
I wasn't a fan of the Niners secondary either.
No.
But no, I mean, I think he could have a big day with his legs as well. I look at that too, and listen, he's just about hitting a couple of deep balls. That's what he's got to be able to do from having a big night. But we'll see if he can hopefully process it better, right? And I think that would give us all encouragement if he can process it better. But this running attack has to run. You have to run the ball well on the road.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that. I mean, that's why I feel you with Miles Sanders because it's what travels best: a good defense and a good run game. I mean, that's just always hands down. Yeah. So I mean, I'm leaning towards Miles Sanders too. The reason why I'm picking Dallas Goedert because it has to be answered this game. Can he throw across the middle? Yep. And Dallas Goedert is going to prove that because I guarantee you Dallas is going to put Michael Parsons at DN and have Jalen Smith and Van Der Esch or one of them damn linebackers because they got so fucking many in the middle. They're banking on that kind of defensive play from Michael Parsons. They're expecting LT against us, and that's what they treat them like right now.
Yeah, whatever side Michael Parsons is on, just go to the opposite side.
Yeah,
just go to the opposite side.
So you can it gives you time. I know Lane can hold his own. I mean, that's why I said if Jordan Mailata was playing, I'm like this. I'm not even worried about Michael Parsons because he's as big as Michael Parsons. That's a mountain of a man that can move. Okay, and if you thinking he was going to out-muscle him, I mean, I'm sorry, that's just not going to happen. That's why I wasn't really too worried about it. But for defensive player of the game, I'm
okay. Name brand.
I'm going to ride with Derek Barnett, man. I'm going to ride with Derek Barnett.
Ooh, that's a bad life choice.
I mean, I'm hoping that he learned his lesson from the game because I know hopefully he kind of put some onus on him because he doesn't understand that would have been like a 3rd and 17. for that stupid penalty. Hopefully, I mean,
That's interesting.
This is contract year, man. This is contract year. It's like, yo, either you're gonna.
Yeah, but hold on. It's his contract year, but the guy who's got 30% less snaps than him got paid, and he didn't get paid. So, I mean,
I don't. That's a how move.
My whole thinking about him having a good year is sort of out the window now, because I was thinking from a mental perspective, right? Like, I expected him to have a good year, but not a good start, because he's only known for doing something stupid. So when you're only talking
unfortunate.
when you're talking about when you're only being talked about for doing something stupid, that tells me a lot.
Yeah.
But
I know you was gonna go with your man, Fletcher Cox all day as defensive player of the game, because you always say $100 million man, baby.
Fucking big Fletch beanie.
I want to hear his name 10,000 times Monday night.
All right.
Between him and Hargrave, I mean, that's why I say that should be automatic. That's why I'm trying to stay away from picking them, because that should be automatic for us. Like, we should always hear Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave pairing up the middle.
Yeah.
Who said Slate?
Since I was correct on my picks the first 2 weeks, I'm going back. I'm going back to week 1 and picking Javon Hargraves.
Let me find it.
Yeah, because somebody said Slate 2 picks. I mean, that would be glorious. I mean, I don't think he knows how to take.
Well, 1 pick.
Hey, let's start with
a pick.
Start like a tip drill. Somebody else catches it. You know what I mean? Like, you tip it, somebody else catches it. A little tip drill.
Mm-hmm.
But no, listen. The reason I got us winning down there is my main thing, and then say your defensive player of the game is I think we're going to take the football away, and I don't think they're going to, because they've taken the football away 6 times in 2 games. We have not. That's got to change. So that's sort of where my that's what my crazy head's at.
Because I don't like these past 2 games, too many close calls as turnovers. I mean, from the ball being on the ground to tip balls. I mean, we're back to nobody can get an interception. It's like, fucking, we got mitts on our fucking hands. It's damn. I do miss the Asante Samuel days, man. It's just
had the junior. You could have had the junior.
Like, as soon as like, you just knew, like, when a pass was going across, kind of a little bit across the field to his side, you just knew it was going to get picked. It's like, now it's just like, fuck, man, I'm getting tired of seeing completions. I'm like, where's that turnover? Where's that momentum swing where we're taking it running back, man? Or at least putting the ball or knocking the ball down, man. It's
doing something. Forcing a fumble here and there. My defensive player of the game is probably going to shock some people, though. I'm going to go with Ryan Kerrigan.
Okay.
Because when he was with Washington,
more in the rotation. That's what I was looking at with Derek Barnett. It was like, okay, yo, you're not shadowed by BG. You're not, getting snaps taken away from Josh Sweat. You're going to most likely Josh Sweat's going to be on the right end. Or no, I don't know. They both switched multiple times. I haven't really. I haven't seen them
switch them. They'll probably switch them around.
Like, I guess it depends on the game, which side they're getting more pressure on or winning the battle. So that's how that one's gonna go. But that's why I went with Derek Barnett. BG's not there, so the snaps of Ryan Kerrigan and Derek Barnett is gonna go up. And I'm like, yo, first rounder, do something, baby.
Yeah. I feel like Barnett may see less snaps this week.
I was just gonna go there. Yep, I'm right there with you, Pete.
You think so?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
No, it won't surprise me either.
Yeah.
Well, we do. Yeah, we do. You like to use Avery as well. He said, "Well, I know seen him on like our blitz packages on that first week.
Yeah.
As far as putting his hand in the dirt, I haven't really seen that much of it. I only seen him on blitz packages.
Yeah. Let me think. Yeah, my defensive player of the game, I'm going with Eric Wilson.
Okay.
I think he has a big game on Monday night.
I hope so. God almighty. I see why that the Vikings let him go, man. He gets too many broken tackles. God almighty. He don't wrap up for shit. He's there, though.
He's there. Raw dog and tackles, huh?
I was like, damn, bro, wrap up, man. He's just bouncing off of tackles. I was like, come on, man. You are there. I mean, that one he had one in the Atlanta game where he was all the way in the backfield. I was like, damn, bro, you got to wrap. Mm-hmm. Them donut drills is not paying off too much, man.
No. Quick question. I know it's only week 3.
Mm-hmm.
But is this a must win?
Yes.
Yes.
We don't see Dallas until the end of the season.
Right.
What'd you say, Pete?
Depends on the outlook that you have for the season.
Right.
Like if you thought they're going to win 10, 11, Pete, what are you doing, brother?
What are you talking about?
Like you look like you get Maz class.
Oh yeah, he all over the place in that chair, man. I was like, okay. How far back is that chair, bro? Because it looked like you do like some poltergeist shit. Like you go all the way back. I see you like all body, and then when you just zoom,
it's my chair.
Like, look out! I mean, like you see that? Like, goddamn! And then he does the ring shit, getting ready to come through y'all screen when he gets all in the camera. I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
You're going too close, you're going too far away. Come on, make up your goddamn mind.
It just happened to catch me off guard. But no, to answer your question, Jake, it's like if you think that this team has a legitimate shot at winning the division, then yeah, it's a must-win game. If you're with the expectation like you just want to see growth throughout 17 games this season and not repeat the same mistakes, then no, it's not a must-win game. You know what I mean? You would like to win it. Obviously, it's because it's Dallas, but
right
now what does scare you guys already alluded to it is if they do lose this game, the downward trek that they can go on with these next
that's exactly what
4 or 5 games coming up. You know what I mean? So it can get really bad. But I mean, if they're 1-4, 1-5 through 6 weeks, guess what? They're fucking playing with house money. Then you're really looking just for any positives and any improvements. You know what I mean?
True.
So I think it's a must win. Just not even like Pete said, not even just if your expectations were high. It can go south. Like you got a new coach, a young head coach, young players. Like you don't want that to go south quickly.
No.
Exactly, and especially a divisional team that you're not going to see until the end of the week. Like this is like a true momentum swing for us. I mean, yeah, we got Kansas City, and we'll deal with that later. You know, I don't feel like talking about Andy and Mahomes right now. It's just that this is Dallas. You see him wearing he's walking with his chest out. You know, that's I mean, but that's how you're supposed to feel when it's a rivalry game. You're like this, hey, at the end of the day, you in our division. We got to smack you in the mouth.
Yep.
And I gotta go in there with as much confidence as possible. But this is I mean, if you want to talk about like an early feel or seeing how your team can hold up to pressure, especially being on the road, like this is it.
Yeah.
Like I let that Niners game be the home opener. You trying to please the crowd, all that, and mental errors. But this is real shit right here. This is what we can really tell about our team right here. Are we still the best?
Grow if you're able to grow from some of the mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main thing. I was like, I'm not too mad about the loss. It's gonna show like either we're gonna grow and really see what we're made of this season and see where we're going as a franchise, or we might have to go back to the drawing board. I mean, I don't want to call it because it's still too early in the season. But this is the kind of game where you're going to say, like, hey, where are we truly going? Because we still don't have no identity yet. I mean, right now, the identity that we have is resilient, and we love that they will fight. And that's a good foundation. But are we a smack them in the mouth team? Are we a finesse team? Are we, matriculate down the field boys kind of team? Like what kind of how are we going?
We don't know what we have.
Yep.
Right. We don't even know what kind of play caller Nick Sirianni wants to be. Right. Like we don't have answers to really anything after 2 games, nor should we. We'll have more answers after 17 and After that, the jury can still be a little out on Sirianni. But, we'll have more as time goes on. But that's why each week's important. That's why people tell me, well, no week's important. Because you might not have expectations. The only thing I disagree with that is, every week's important when you're trying to find out.
Yep.
Exactly.
Trying to find out. And we got a lot of things to try to find out, which I hate.
I feel like Jonathan Gannon's still on my list of are you a real defensive coordinator? I mean, granted, he brought in all this special talent. I mean, it was just like Jim Schwartz. He came from Buffalo. He brings some Buffalo guys. Jonathan Gannon came from the Vikings. He brings some Viking guys. But at the end of the day, can you really call the plays that's necessary? I mean, everybody's screaming for the blitz again. We was doing that with Jim Schwartz.
He's giving up 10
points.
His defense is allowing 10 points a game for the
first but there was plays that San Fran had in that first half to where they just weren't executing because there's a couple of them screens that could have went for a long ways. Now, just like we've heard all week, Sirianni didn't have a feel on the offensive side of the football. There was times on the defensive side of the ball Sunday where Gannon I felt like he didn't have a feel either. Like he really didn't know what he wanted to do.
Yeah, yep.
And he didn't know if he wanted to bring pressure. Should he bring pressure? I hope
he was
figures that
way
out.
Too much. He was you could just tell the defense was just went that last that end of the drive in the second quarter told me a lot about Gannon where you have all that field and you got to know how to play it, and he played it way too soft. I'm like, bruh, don't give him anything.
You're not gonna blitz Jimmy G. And who are you gonna blitz?
Yeah,
well, not really blitz him, but just
he was in agreement with you.
Oh. I was like, don't play too prevent because it's giving him too much time. You don't give Jimmy G that much time.
You're not going to blitz a bad quarterback. Then who are you going to blitz? That's the whole point.
Especially when it's a statue, right?
The guy standing back there waiting. Can't go anywhere if you bring an extra guy. Then who are you going to blitz? So to me, that's the same passive aggressive bullshit. I want listen
exactly
when I'm paying money for two corners. I have essentially two pros, right? Then I should be able to bring extra guys, man. That's why you could try to get good corners so you can bring extra guys so you can be creative with your blitz packages. Listen, their defense.
I mean, is it Anthony Maddox in a contract year too? I mean, we got to find out, can he hold his own? I mean, that's what we got to disguise blitzes. I mean, I'm expecting corner blitzes. I haven't seen that in a while. From us, when we send a cornerback or seen a safety, I remember Brian Dawkins flying and grabbing all over, Big Ben. But, that 2-minute drill that he showed me and allowing, the 49ers, especially that, I hate that first down.
I'm not telling you to blitz on that drive 15 times, right? I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you just a couple times. A couple times say, you know what? We're going to put an end to this. And if you beat me, you beat me. If you beat me, you beat me. But
there was 139 where he was constantly playing zone, play man or play zero. Make them beat you. Just don't give them 7 yards because guess what? You can try to roll off of a tackle and they can lean for the other 2. We're talking 6 feet. We're not talking 15 yards. We're talking 2 yards. Make them at least beat you because you have Slay, you have Nelson. While they don't take the ball away enough for us to our liking. But I mean, they're probably decent man-to-man corners. You feel what I'm saying? And they're physical. So at least make them work for it. Just don't give it to them. And especially, I can see Gannon coming into this game being so scared shitless about facing Cooper, Lamb, Gallup, Wilson. You know what I mean? He's probably like, I got to keep everything in front of me. Yeah, you got to do that to a certain point in the field, but once you get into a field of a game, if you get, like Tom said earlier, that momentum swing, you got to feel that thing called momentum. It's a pendulum and it swings back and forth, and you got to know when to be able to grab it and keep it on your side. And that's going to be big in a game like Monday night.
And what kind of coordinator are you going to be going on the road in a hostile environment in a big divisional game? Are you going to be the guy that takes the fight to them, or are you going to be the guy that almost shies away from it? Right. And doesn't get up and get physical with Amari and CD. Right. I mean, I look at our corners and say, well, you know what are they going to do well? Because he told me before the year that I played at my player strengths. Well, your two corner strengths would be guys that get physical with guys. and knock them off their spot. So if that's the case, what better time than Monday night to get physical, bring extra guys, make things tough on them. If they beat you, they beat you. But I bet you more times than not, you're gonna make the big play from it.
Yeah, because you cannot allow these wide receivers to get a free, clean takeoff. Like that's why we went insane about Jim Schwartz. So it's like, why are you letting wide receivers getting a clean takeoff? Like these guys are way too fast. They're too talented, and to automatically give them a chance to get up to full speed, and they haven't even started up their route yet.
Yep.
Like that is a killer, and that's what's going to happen. It's like you cannot let Cooper and Lamb get started without putting hands on them. Mm-hmm. You got to knock them off their route. You got to slow them down any kind of way, and giving them just free takeoffs is like that's massacre, and we've seen it. I mean, Andy Dalton carved this up because why? They was getting clean just takeoffs, like no hands on them, just a little 5-yard cushion, and that's too much.
Yeah, especially if you're only going to bring 4 too. Especially if you're only bringing 4.
Mm-hmm. And that's
you're just giving every all day.
Yeah,
exactly.
Me and Tom talked about it on, what was it? I think it was last Sunday. Me, Tom, and Rye talked about it on last Sunday. Coming off the 49ers loss, I want to see how Nick Sirianni responds to the loss. Like Tom always says it all the time. It's like how you respond. How do you respond? What's your response to losing a close football game like that? Obviously, we saw on Monday with Nick Sirianni's press conference to where he's holding himself accountable, and that's all good. He takes blame for it. That's all good and whatever. But we need to see what you do on the field and the plays that you call. Like if you actually learn from your mistakes that you made against the 49ers. Did you actually learn something?
Yeah.
Well, not just learn something, but it's also does he have control over himself? Because that like just the way he was calling those plays. Get
out! Let's go!
Let's go!
DD! Let's go!
See, boy, the Phillies is gonna mess up Tom's heart. I swear.
Come on, God. I'm used to that. That's easy. It's nothing.
But it's getting close to October, and here we go.
We're in October, man. I want it. I miss it. I need it.
Here it goes. It's like it's starting to play with the strings of Tom right now. It's like it's starting to look good again.
I'm all for it.
Give me an inch. I'll take a mile. Let's go.
I'm sorry. I get a Bryce Harper MVP and a Phillies playoff run?
Yes.
I swear.
And of course.
That's what I'm getting ready to say. I'm going to go on record to actually say Bryce Harper is making sure that
there was a Braves Padres suspended game that they make up before they go into their full game tonight, right?
Yeah.
And the Padres are up 5-4 in the 7th, or in the 6th, and now it's 5-5.
It's 6-5.
No, Braves are up 6-5.
I have 6-5 Padres.
Somebody just homered. I guess Rosario just homered.
Cool.
Well, whatever.
Shit.
Tatis, there we go. That's my way to homer, buddy.
Tatis did. Let's go.
Way to lose that MVP award to Bryce Harper, man. Nice job, buddy.
That's huge. Okay, so listen, they could lose both tonight. You win. You're
golden, baby.
You're half.
You're half. Yep.
You're half. If you win and they lose both tonight, you're gonna take care of teams like the Pirates, right? Come on. We can go in that series versus the Braves up. We can go in that series versus the Braves up. There's a chance for that. There's a chance. There's a legitimate chance for that.
Man, I'm gonna put this on record. Bryce Harper has definitely proved me wrong. He got the money. I was a little worried about paying him.
For shame.
But what? For shame my ass. Shit, this is baseball, man. This is not fucking NFL. Okay, you give a player that guaranteed money, goddamn it, you better be in the MVP race.
Yeah.
Sound like the fucking hammer down there.
You are the man in Philly, okay? And if you're not performing, guess what? We need to talk receipts, man. I need my money back. But guess what? He's balling right now. So I I will never question him right now because guess what? He's doing the damn thing. I'm proud of him.
I don't think he wins MVP if they don't get in though. That's the caveat.
I don't agree with that.
What?
Well, I mean, he's playing to the MVP caliber. I'll put it like that. He playing.
I just don't think he gets enough votes. I'm not saying he's not worthy of MVP. I don't think he gets enough votes if they don't get in. Like it's not enough. You know what I mean? That's just
it's too late.
They must have to get in, one. But two, he's done everything we've asked in terms of before the season started. If he could be top 5, now we didn't realize there's nobody be in the MVP voting, but if he could be top 5 in the MVP voting, this team would have a chance to win this division. And this is where we're at. And I try to keep it fair about it. And this is exactly where we're at. So can they? Right? Can they?
Hey, that's the question.
Because all the big hits he's had, this is the time where your money guys and everybody, you got to swing it. You got to get some big hits. That's what's gonna matter here in the coming week and a half, right? It's big hits.
And that's why I say, Tom, you was getting ready to put the final nail in the coffin for the season, was you not? Like
14 times.
Exactly. So like by him roaring back, I mean, especially in the late of the season, that's why, like you said, your big money guys show out during this late September, October. Like this is where all the money, the guaranteed money of your players, this is where it needs to shine.
This is where all the boys back in 08, what'd they do when August, September were here? I mean, they raked. They raked.
Yeah.
It was season.
August was hitting season, remember? Charlie used to say?
Hitting season.
That team, those years. Oh,
yeah.
This was a basic. You can say what you want about the Eagles. They may always say it was, but those years, this shit was a fucking baseball town.
Absolutely was.
Oh boy, I'm a Yankees fan, but hey, when the Phillies was that year, I was like, yo. If it actually felt good, man. I don't care what anybody say, man. That was you could not root against the Phillies. I mean, Ryan Hart. I mean, come on, man. Howard, man. Can't root against Howard. You got the dimples, man. The dimples.
Best 3 Philly all-timers on the team at the same time in their respective positions. Best first baseman all time, best second baseman of all time to put on the pinstripes, best shortstop.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Crazy to say that.
It is crazy.
Oh yeah, Pete. I'm sorry. I saw that shit. Man, you need to change that little WWE belt to an AEW belt, man. You need to get with the pro.
Whoa.
AEW doing that motherfucking thing right now, man. AEW doing that motherfucking thing. I don't care. I love Biggie. I love Biggie winning that title, but AEW is the truth right now, boy. I'm sorry.
Todd, what you don't understand
that title
is
beautiful.
the grudge belt. And it's 5 weeks as defending champion. Johnny's not here. The champ is here.
Man, Johnny gonna take your belt and then he gonna trade it in for that AEW belt. He's gonna do that whole laser blades. Gonna take that belt and just put it in the trash can and say, "This is what a real belt looks like."
Can he take his ass to a store and go get my Ben Simmons jersey?
You really want that Ben Simmons jersey, man?
No, I said I want him to man up and accept that he's gonna lose.
Oh man,
I'm sorry. No, if Ben Simmons got traded in the next 3 days, I would own up and I would pay that money because I put my ass on the line with that.
And but it's not over yet. So what are you?
It's not over yet.
You're making demands. It's over.
It's getting close now.
No, you just assume he's going to be back for your own personal agenda. I know you.
Damn right.
Hold out hope. The great white hope. He comes out, takes the cape off, unstraps the freaking, what he calls them, the pants, right? Flips them off, comes in and starts shooting threes. I know what you want.
I think Simmons is on the level now. Like he's Philadelphia sports Voldemort. Like he's who should not be named. Like
he's Scott Rowland.
I'll be like
this may be worse than Roland because Roland was good at least.
Yeah,
I was gonna say who's actually the worst Philly player now, Nami Oswa or Ben
Not
Simmons?
even, because Namdi was quiet.
Yeah,
This
Namdi was
dude-
quiet.
We've never
That's
seen.
why, he was the he who should not be remained because he was.
Well,
he
now
did
we know
damage
he
to
was
us. They
doing his
didn't say a word.
monologues. He was doing his monologues when he was having lunch in his car.
I was
Namdi?
just like,
that.
Yeah, well, he had a passion.
Completely forgot about that.
it wasn't football anymore.
It's so funny. I'm watching TV and all of a sudden, starring Nandi Asawa. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing on my TV?
Man, he got with Kerry Washington and said, "Fuck
Yes,
football."
he did.
Man.
I'd rather fuck Kerry Washington too, but it's just me.
Those cheekbones.
I mean,
man.
that's what I'm saying. The power of the poom poom, man. It can make you forget about a lot of things, bro.
Said poom poom.
Hey, man, it does something to a man.
The most
man, that
powerful
ass
thing
is-
on this earth, brother.
Let me just say,
Exactly,
that
boy.
ass is scandalous.
Okay.
All right, dad joke. Anyway,
That's a funny joke. Fuck you.
No, that's a red card. You're out of here. You're gone. Get out of here.
I don't play by soccer rules. That's a joke.
See, that's what happens when you watch too much WWE. You get all them corny ass jokes and shit, man. You need to get some real back in your life, man.
Nah, man. All I do is dad jokes.
It's all good. We all have our moments.
I don't have any. It's preparing me for when I have kids where I utterly embarrassing them.
Man, that's not gonna take no skill at all, man.
Oh, I know. But I still want to work on my dad joke.
I know Pete embarrasses the shit out of his kids.
What did you say?
Really?
Nah, because listen, like my kids, I started off young, bro. So like I'm 39, my youngest is 15. So I'm still in that age, like that gap of what we listen to and what how I dress and how they dress and what's in, like we're still, it's like all intertwined. Like if you have it, like my boy just had a kid, he's 40, his kid is 18 months old. Like that's going to be that shit. By the time he's 60, his kid's 20. Like the gap,
that age gap is gonna be all fucked up.
Yeah, it's
like
way too different.
Dad, nobody uses smartphone no more, man.
Right.
At all.
At all. Be in our head at that point.
You know what I mean?
What music are you listening to, Dad? That is old.
Yeah.
You're in that good range, Pete. You're like this. Oh, I still know these young cats. I can rock with this. I can still whoop your ass, man.
Like I'm not going out here saying like, oh, you cap, no, you capping this. Nah, we're not doing all that.
Oh, no, you ain't use. Don't use the lingo.
I can understand that. I'm not using the lingo though. Fuck
right.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to know what the hell they talking about, but you're not supposed to use it because the minute you use it, the kid's gonna look at you like,
what,
bro?
Net fam.
I gotta get up at 5:30 for baseball. I'm out. Love you guys.
Later, Godfather.
Peace.
All right.
That was lit, dog.
But seriously, Pete, who's winning the race right now? WWE or AEW?
It's AEW. It's not even a fucking question.
It's I would say like this: if you're looking for the wrestling aspect of it and the newness and the surprise and just getting shit right, it's AEW. But the game plan that they're following is so fucking easy because you're doing your game plan is do everything that WWE doesn't. Once that shit runs out, that's going to be the true test. You see what I'm saying? Once they don't have Danielson coming in, once they don't have talent that was on WWE coming in, and they truly have to grow organically this shit now with WWE talent or ex-WWE talent, that's going to be the play. Now I would already say Vince, and this is the crazy shit, right? Everything that happened with NXT, the big shakeup, the NXT 2.0, I get it. It sucked because of professional wrestling. We feel bad for Trips. All these guys that got let go. But in the 2 weeks that they have repackaged this shit, why didn't Triple H never have Braun Breaker on there? Fucking already like that dude is already ready to be called up. You feel what I'm saying? You got so many other guys where they know how to make talents. So WWE's looking for something completely different.
Yeah.
As far as they're looking for guys that transcend the ring. They're looking for guys that cross over in the movies to where
they've made two stars in like 15 years.
Who you mean talking about NXT or WWE?
No, I'm talking about WWE.
They
Like,
have.
can you name me a WWE star that's not a member of the Shield?
I mean, you say when you say star on what level though?
Like, not someone who's there for like 5 minutes.
Oh well, you got to everybody in the New Day. I mean,
I was just gonna say the New Day guys.
I wouldn't call them stars. Like, they've been motioned in and out. Like, Big E's been up and down for the last 10 years. Like, he has a championship now.
Appreciate it, Steve.
But thank you, Steve. But the thing is, it's cliche-ish though too, because this now, the one thing I will say about AEW, and this is the thing that is kind of like that undertone voice that's not really the loudest voice in the room. You just had, it took fucking 20 years to go from The Rock to Kofi at WrestleMania 35, but you just had 3 almost successive black WWE Universal Champions in the last 24 months.
Yep.
And there's no color at all on AEW. You only get away with that shit for so fucking long. And especially in 2021. That's the one caveat. Their belts are beautiful. I get it. CM Punk is, if you look at the ratings and you follow the shit like I do, because sometimes I hop on Saturday night with Ritz and in this very ring, that Punk isn't even moving the needle anymore. The ratings had dropped. You see what I'm saying? Yep. So all this draw power that they think that they have, they don't. And this is the other thing. What made them so good in the beginning? One or two of these guys is cool. Malachi Black, Miro, aka Rusev, I get it. They never had their fucking shot in WWE.
There you go. Exactly.
Now you're bringing in guys that was already established, pushing these other guys down. You feel what I'm saying? Like, how many times can I look at Malachi Black beat Cody Rhodes? We know that's supposed to happen. Cody Rhodes, for whatever reason, said he's never turned a heel, but look at the heat he's getting as an EVP. He's getting Triple H level heat, and he's not even doing. I don't know if it's a rib or what, but the AEW fan base doesn't like him at all for whatever reason.
You know why?
I mean, yeah. But then now, like, this is what's going to happen. When Hangman Page's contract comes up, where is he going? What's he going to do? Is he going to reach? Because all this clicky shit, all this elite, too sweet, all that shit is good now. But there's going to be somebody in there that's going to not be happy and then go. Like, I'll be honest with you right now. To me, John Silver's a fucking star. He's never going to see the light of day in AEW like that. A dude that small, that strong. Vince may see something in him and want to turn him into a star. You're going to have those type of dudes where it's just going to start, I want to say flip back and forth, but this whole AEW hype train, I'm into it. I'm riding it. But at the same time, when you put Vince's back against the wall, like they did in 96 and 97, look what the fuck happened.
Right.
And that's where
I don't think that's a fair comparison because this isn't the same dudes that's running.
No, true. But
this isn't a guy who doesn't give a shit. This isn't a guy who doesn't give a shit about wrestling in Turner. This isn't a egomaniac in Eric Bischoff. This isn't a guy who wants to see the world fucking burn in Russo. This is a guy in Tony Khan who loves professional wrestling and understands that he might not know everything else, but he knows enough guys to know their shit, and he's not going to handcuff them the entire time. He's taking the gloves off, and he's like, you know what? Let's fucking go. Let's do this our way. If we fucking fail, we're going to fail our way. We're not going to do the WWE shit. And WWE's been fucking like, whether AEW can sustain this shit or not, WWE has done the same shit for 10 years, and the only like real stars they've made are members of the fucking Shield.
Right, and I'm not sitting here defending that. But we just had Jim Ross just say that the roster that they have right now at AEW rivals the roster that they had in the Attitude Era. Everything you just said is right, and I'll give AEW credit. Dynamite Grand Slam was the best set that they've had so far, at better than All Out, the way that they produced it in the entrance way. I love that big type of feel. That's very well true. But what's going to happen is you're going to have this shit to where Seal said it perfect. When that dude, those 3 letters, when his time is up for a contract, you best believe he's going to get fucking paid. And that was when as soon as Cole and Bryan Danielson appeared at All Out, I was like, to me, MJF is ready to be AEW champion. Now you're talking about a dude who has to wait maybe 6, 12, 18, 24 more months, because now you have all these other dudes who have heavier names that now get pushed in front of OG AEW roster talent now, because you had to do something with Bryan Danielson, you had to do something with CM Punk, and you have to do something with Adam Cole. Now, maybe Adam Cole itself on MJF's level, but you have to do something now. And now now MJF is going to be in the mid-card battling Wardlow to build Wardlow up. You feel what I'm saying?
That's where I was going with it, though, man.
Huh?
That's where I was seeing where it was going with AEW, because I knew they was gonna pick up the talent that was WWE was releasing.
Yeah.
And by bringing those guys in, I knew it was going to bring attention. Especially I wasn't really counting on the whole CM Punk one. I knew about Daniel Bryan. I knew he was going, but I didn't know about CM Punk. But when you do that, it was like the names that y'all was building from MJF to Hangman Page. I mean, hell, I thought they was going to build the Machine Brian Cage up. I mean, like, that dude's a monster and he can move, but they haven't done nothing with him since Team Taz. And speaking of Team Taz, you got Ricky Starks. You can't tell me that motherfucker can't cut no promo. That's the only guy of color that I was seeing, like, okay, he's doing a little rock stick, but guess what?
Mm-hmm.
I was like this, he's the new Rock. He could talk some shit.
Yep.
And he was backing it up. And so now, what up, Davis? Yeah, I'm still in Germany, man. Holding it down, bro. It's been, man, like I said, I woke up on time this time, man. I'm putting overtime, but it's now where, like you said, P, is all these new names. I mean, that was building up. I mean, hell, Darby Allin. I mean, yeah, he's there now. I mean, like, everybody should know his name, right. But is with those young names, that's what brought AEW. So I was like, okay, they really gonna pay more attention to the young talent and really focus in, but they still need that draw power to keep WWE out. But now WWE, on the other hand, I checked out that 2.0. I was like, goddamn, motherfucking Vince kept those gorillas in the goddamn training office, because the guy about it, he's starting to, he's like this. I was kind of hating that he was gonna kind of go. I thought he was gonna go back to the 80s. And he kind of did with all this Tam tie-dye and shit, but I'll still work.
It has like a high school gym feel to it.
Vince. Like, that's his whole MO. He'll like, oh man, look at this thing. It's gonna be coming back. Don't watch NXT. It's gonna blow the fuck up. Look at all these stars we're gonna create. No, we're gonna leave them in fucking NXT for 3 years, and then we're not gonna have any fucking clue what to do with them on the main roster.
And that's why I was working my way up, because now it's like, okay, I'm looking at the main rosters. And as much as I do love seeing Viking Brock, we know what Brock is gonna do. Like, he's not going to be there every, the Mondays, the Fridays.
Championship.
We know he's not going to be there. Roman Reigns' character is, as much as he's got his little slick little talk, and it is his best run right now. Mm-hmm. We kind of get a sense of where it's going to lead to him versus The Rock at WrestleMania, but I'm like, how much more of a rocket can you stick up his ass? I mean, like, if you're constantly trying to prove that he's the man, then you're not. I'm sorry, you're not believing that he is the man. Because I'm like, dude, he's got. I mean, don't get me wrong, is he knocking it out the park right now? Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's like, I'm looking at the future too, P. It's like, where does it go? Like, where? And I'm loving how Vince is starting to get more, I mean, once he gets, I don't know how he's going to pull off an Austin Creed championship run, because like, that's just not going to be believable.
Even if you give him like a U.S. title or something like that,
But that's where I was going to go. I was going to go with like U.S. or Intercontinental title run that's pretty long. Like, that's how you kind of solidify the New Day as being one of the greatest factions of all time, because nobody's even like really putting it up there. that they are the greatest. I'm like, this dude, they done had plenty of world tag team titles, but when you talking about two of your members winning the big crown, bro.
They never changed. And as much as people want them to change, they've never changed.
And that's the beauty of that.
Other than the fact that when they debuted and like a week later, they were a completely different group.
Well, that's true too, but they were heels. Remember, for a longer time, for like the beginning of their reign, when they had that long ass over a year reign, they were heels. But you're right. Now you have to I'm kind of watching over here on the side. I think it's Roman versus Montez Ford. I think Montez Ford is fucking money. Like somehow, some way, they have to get him. They have to do Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels type of shit somehow with him and Dawkins because he's money.
But, I mean, Dawkins has his little, his sidekick moment, but you just see when it comes to Montez Ford. I mean, like you just see if they wanted to try to redo like a Velveteen Dream character, Montez Ford would be it.
Yeah. Well, I see Daly's comment says on SmackDown, I feel like I'm watching the same episodes repeated, stuff to watch. The thing is, you have two different views. You have Tony Khan, like Pete said so well, who actually has money behind it with Shad Khan. Tony Khan is a wrestling fan who just happened to have connections in the wrestling business. Who all the stars aligned. The money made it. The money got there. Yep. All the talent got there that he could start it with. And Chris Jericho came over. Every show that they started out with a wrestling show, a wrestling match, an actual match where when you get Raw, you get SmackDown, they're going to do the monologue of what's going to happen and try to break it down to you.
Yep.
So it's really good just to be a wrestling fan right now, and you can find appreciation in both platforms. I'm not choosing one over the other. I'm looking at both of them, and they give me different shit. They give me different stuff.
I'm glad to talk about wrestling. I mean, freaking, I thought wrestling was close to being extinction. I mean,
I'll rock with the group that's working. I'll rock with the company that's working with 5 other companies to try and make wrestling good again.
Well, that's the way I say that's the trump card in AEW. I mean, they're pulling talent from, Japan, New Japan Wrestling, and TNA.
The fact that they're siding with New Japan, Mexico, TNA, NWA, everywhere. They're all working with AEW. Why? Because they all want to make wrestling great. Where at WWE,
but you keep saying wrestling.
You want to see Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar for the 6 millionth time?
My only caveat to that, Pete, is don't knock WWE for that shit because they've been doing that. That's who they are. They're never going to change.
No,
it's a fucking conglomerate, whatever you want to call it. It's a train that's going in one direction. And the thing that pisses me off the most is when Punk says professional wrestling came back to New York City. Like, listen, you conceded cocksucker Phillip Brooks. If it wasn't for WWE giving you the platform to lay the pipe bomb, you never would have fucking been known. I say this right now to somebody else that's in WWE right now, one of the top draws in the company, Becky Lynch. If Nia Jax doesn't break your fucking nose, you're never there.
Thank you.
Yep.
You're never there.
Sorry. Becky, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's why 1000%. I'm sorry. Becky Lynch is not the man. I'm sorry. She is the worst. And if it wasn't for Nia Jax, because everybody thought it was Ronda, but no, it was Nia Jax. If it wasn't for that, her having the blood, but making it look like a straight badass, which it was money. I mean, that's the same way with CM Punk. Those are the moments that really solidified you to really being that draw. But in actuality, they're boring.
Yeah, and AEW, once again, Tony Khan's not sitting there in front of stockholders and shareholders yet and have to talk about the profit margin of loss. He doesn't have to talk about P&L yet. Once he gets to that point, in order to get that big TV money deal, that's when you want to see shit change. It could be 2 or 3, 4 years from now, but until then, I'm going to enjoy this ride. I've already said, Daniel Bryan already said it, Bryan Danielson, whatever you want to call him. It's so hard to get things done and changed in WWE because of the hierarchy. But Vince is to the age now where he's 76, 77 years old.
He's up there.
And now, the craziest thing is we always thought that this thing was going to Trips and Steph or Shane. It's not going to Trips. It's not going to Steph. If anything, they may sell this son bitch, and then because it's making so much money, and then it's going to go to somebody else. Yep. It is what it is. It's 2 different things. But once again, WWE in his last 10 years, if they did shit the right way, we wouldn't be having this problem.
There is no AEW. There's no need for an AEW.
There's no need for it. You see what I'm saying? If they built stars, they keep rehashing these stars. And I think what really one of the main things that did it is getting the Saudi money. That Saudi money, that Saudi deal. Because
that's Saudi.
They're so far behind. They want to see all these guys from 5 to 10 years ago. So you bring back the Goldbergs, you bring back the Lesnars. I mean, obviously Taker's Taker. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, that's what I say. Taker was like this. Wait, you gonna pay me this? Yeah. Oh shit! Where's my coat? Where's my hat? Where we going? Because hey, that's why people don't really know how much of that Saudi deal. Like some people are like, oh, they're going to Saudi Arabia. They got a little bit of money. They kind of brushed it off. But when you really look at how much that money is for those two shows,
their greed almost got motherfuckers killed.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll wrap up in a second, but I just want to read this comment real quick.
Go ahead.
Brian Daly has a question for Pete. It's not even the main card stars. I mean, Pete, how many weeks in a row do we need to see Dominic Mysterio fight and lose to Sami Zayn? That's the things that I'm talking about, and that's where it loses.
So perfect rebuttal to this, Brian. AEW does the same shit, but they do it in a different way. And let me explain. AEW doesn't give you rematches, but what they'll do is whoever got beef with this person, every Hardy family office, every fucking chance they get, they're running in on Orange Cassidy. All the guys are always mixed in the same shit. If you go back and you watch 1988 NWA, you go watch a Clash of Champions. You got the same guys. It's the same type of feel. Different guys from different factions wrestle on the same shit. But at the end of the day, all of them, whoever's beef on everybody, is all in the ring. So it's the same thing. It's just giving it to you in a different way. Your mind tricks you because it's like, okay, I'm not seeing the same two dudes every fucking week. You feel what I'm saying?
At least they're trying, though. Like at least they're trying.
I'll give them that. They're definitely trying. But this is the thing where I think sometimes they're pulling the wool. They think they're pulling the wool over people's eyes, and they get this AEW blinders on. And while I appreciate it, I'll take it for what it is. It's still the same shit. You're just giving it to me in a different way.
I might have found my tag team partner, boy. Pete, boy, we need to go on Inside the Ring, take on, boy. We be a nation of domination, boy. I was like, that man knows his wrestling history, because that's what I was getting ready to say. That's what I said. That's what kind of like it helps and hurts Cody Rhodes, because his lineage. You know where his true game plan of how to really run this thing and how to really write storylines, where it's coming from.
Yeah,
and
I will laugh about Cody Rhodes because when they created AEW, all everyone says is, "Well, the Elite's gonna have all the championship. Cody Rhodes gonna be the world's champion. His wife's gonna be the Divas champion. The Young Bucks are gonna have the tag titles."
Well, everybody's booing because I guess that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants to see that the Bullet Club. I mean, that's what they're building up to. Is they're going to have the All Elite versus the so-called new Bullet Club that's getting built up in TNA. Because I'm seeing the little works that's going on in the background. Trust and believe.
And listen. I love Kenny Omega, but that bitch is some bland mayonnaise. If it wasn't for what he could do in the ring, he has no personality. Same problem with Brian Cage. No personality. Can't talk. And if you can't put a promo,
I think Omega has a personality. I think it just depends on what he's doing.
True.
Like,
no,
he's amazing. Like, I actually like him. I didn't like him when he first came into AEW. I thought he was really bland. But now that he's like the wrestling god type character, he has nothing but personality.
Okay.
No, but I can tell you what Kenny Omega is. This is what happens where you see, like, that's what I say. When you watch his matches, it's like you're in awe. Like you just glued to it. That's the same. That's how Japan in New Japan Wrestling is. Yep. Is like they don't really do that much talking. They don't build up like that. Hell, they do like the little promos after the match. And they only talk about it. I mean, in his Japanese style, it's very polite, very kind of, short, somewhat entertaining. I mean, he kept it entertaining, but as far as, okay, you're in the States now. Now, the antics that they doing, hey, that's heel antics. I mean, the young bucks are doing outrageous things, wrestling around in Jordan 1s, saying how we got like they trying to do a more modern, four horsemen, but it's like that's the way they doing it. But
to me,
Pete
Pinnacle is more Four
like,
Horsemen-esque. Even if you listen, low key, the next time you see the Pinnacle come out, and if it's FTR and they come out with Wardlow, listen to the music. It has those horses, the undertone of those horses in it.
Oh yeah, that's obviously supposed to be.
Unfortunately, Ric Flair done put the whole reunion of the actual Four Horsemen on hold. He put that on hold right now.
That's been on hold. As someone who has met Ric Flair, that's been on hold for like 5 years. Like,
but no,
he isn't a fucking
it kills Andrade too, because Andrade he kicked Chavo out, and probably the thing next step was bring Rick in.
Ric Flair, but that's what I'm saying. Ric Flair, like this, I love the dark side of the ring, I really do, but it is definitely affecting the current business now, because like that's Ric Flair was on like this. He was on a roller coaster high. His name was getting back out there. Yep. He showed up at the Mexican event. They saw him with Andrade. It was just a little taste of what the AEW was going to bring. That's why I saw it, because you don't switch from Vicky Guerrero and then you bring out Chavo Guerrero like right the very next week. And then you on live TV, you show him, hey, I don't need you. And here it is. You was going to bust in with Ric Flair. And then he was probably going to join Pinnacle, because it seemed like MJF is not worried about it. Wardlow was getting ready to start feuding, because they got to get ready to build up Wardlow. Yep. So that's why it was like you was going to bring in, Ric Flair. You'll have him and Tony Blanchard, and then bring in Arn Anderson. Then you will have like your own little reunion of Four Horsemen, but then you bring in Andrade. Andrade kicks MJF out, because MJF, and they're gonna keep Hangman Page, because WWE will treat Hangman Page just the same way they treat Adam Cole. Be on NXT, be the star down there, but wouldn't know what the hell to do with him if he came up to the main event.
I think it says a lot that no one wants to wrestle there. Like, the fact that all these guys are just like, fuck it, get me the fuck out of here. The fact that Mick Foley is going on doing a live stream, and he's like, if I was a young wrestler, I don't think I'd want to be there.
Right. It's a different vibe. It's two different lanes. You really have to think about what you want. Like, one of the reasons I think Gargano's contract is coming up, and he's already said his family comes first. He's probably going to resign. Shinsuke, one of the reasons he resigned, he wanted to be stable. They can offer more money. Not to say that Tony Khan and them can't, but they may not be putting that much money and the resources to that shit. So now I will say, Daniel Bryan, he came out and said, Bryan Danielson came out and said, it's not that I wanted to leave WWE. They were very protective of me. I want to push my limits. He wanted to go hard. If you look at what his match against Kenny Wednesday, my man was taking headshots. You know what I'm saying? What's the biggest thing? What's shutting down?
I mean, that V trigger and that reverse tiger. I was like this. WWE lost.
That V trigger on the outside was fucking gnarly.
And you see what I'm saying? So, and we love to see that shit. It's just a little bit different. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you look at
WWE is a business, man. This is the NFL. Like the WWE is pretty much saying we're the NFL.
Exactly. And while they have, I'm not saying AEW is the XFL. It's very close. It could be
for me.
It's definitely an alternative, but it's just different. Like Andrade, really, same fucking spot he's in now. He was in the WWE. Same shit.
Yep.
Rusev, Miro, he had the juice. He still got a little bit of juice, but ultimately he's in the same spot. The only true person who wasn't on that level in WWE, who left and now probably extended a little bit, is Adam Cole. I don't know, and I will say this: I don't know who makes Adam Cole's themes, but goddamn, the bitch.
Adam Cole got that. He's on the point. Like, he makes sure he's like this. It's got to have the perfect pause, no matter where in the song that he can go Adam Cole, baby. And I'm sorry, that is like, besides like the yes chant, I was like, how simple some shit can be, and it's like so badass.
Pops off, yeah.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, like Adam Cole, right, to me, like his entrance is almost like Stone Cold Stunner's, Stone Cold's Glass Shatter. Like
here's
you
the
just
difference.
like the crowd is already.
Me.
What's up?
Here's the difference for me between AEW and WWE, and why I'll just ride with AEW till the cows come home. Everyone knows that. Basically, it was understood that everyone knew that Punk and Danielson and Cole were coming to AEW. You had all those leaks and everything, and people knew this, right?
Mm-hmm.
If this is WWE, they change every inch of those debuts.
Mm-hmm. Well, they don't even tell you first. They just do it.
They just do
no,
it.
Like the Christian debut from a few years ago when he was supposed to debut with the main roster as the person who beats up Jeff Hardy. They're like, oh no, they figured out what we were doing. No, he's going to fucking ECW. AEW's just like, Vince
has shot himself in the foot so many times, and WWE shot themselves in the foot so many times. And the thing is, AEW hasn't had the chance to yet. They haven't had the opportunity to. So for them, for anybody that's riding ready to make that switch, just be thankful because this is what it is. It's new. Enjoy it. When we all saw that match they had last year, that exploded match, that shit flopped like a motherfucker.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Well, you just I give him credit for trying,
from that cage or whatever. Like they showed all the cushion and the shit. I mean, that's what I'm saying. They done had some major falls too, but I look at it is like all around is great to be a wrestling fan. Is great to like now kids get to understand how we wore out that pressing the last button on the remote from flipping from WWE to WCW. Boy, I wore that motherfucker out. But
you didn't want to miss anything.
Exactly, but
wrestling hijacked the show tonight. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it did.
Well, I mean, hey. It's Dallas week. We don't need to speak so much on it. I mean, how many times you going to talk about your expectations of Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni, what the defense is going to do? I mean, it's Dallas week. It's rivalry week. There's no discussion. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'll go Russian mob on you when it comes to a Dallas week.
Oh, thank you for that wonderful.
We got to win.
Thank you for that.
We got to win.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's time for Pete to head off to bed. He must deal with his Russian overlords in the morning.
Yeah, your boss. Yeah, have fun with that.
Yeah, I work for two Russians.
Oh wow.
One of my boss's names. My boss's names are Dmitry and Vlad, the most Russian names on the planet.
That's funny.
Oh well.
Wow.
Might as well wrap up.
Sound like assholes. They got the most money.
No, I love them. They're interesting. They're interesting characters. Like
that's fine.
Oh yeah, just don't go.
They're very different bosses than I'm used to having. But like, I literally love the fuck out of my job. Like it's nice. They actually pay me money, and I actually get to be competitive, and that's kind of fun.
There you go.
Yeah, right.
Just don't go drinking with them, man. You won't hang. You do not drink with the Russians.
I'm sorry. I'm not dumb enough to go drinking with Russians. I die.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I did like a little tester. It was just
don't do that.
It was just two Russians, and
no shot.
Never again.
Oh my god. All right. Night, guys.
All right, Pete.
Peace out, Pete. We gotta do it again.
Yeah, that was fun.
Later, man.
Pete. But do you guys have anything? Oh, geez, hold on.
Oh, Lord.
There we go. You guys have anything else before we wrap up?
Nah, man. Thanks for having me. We gotta do this shit again, man. This was fun.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely, bro. Got a new tag team partner now. We gotta go inside the ring now. Shoot, I can't let Butters be doing all them crazy shit and stay up on his antics all the damn time. We gotta put a stop to that.
Yes. Butters is an issue. Butters is definitely
exactly. We got to take care of a Butters issue. Okay. he's like the greased up guy in Family Guy. He's just running all over the place, and we got to put a stop to it.
That's it. Pretty much. But Fam, we thank you so much as always. Yes. It was a bit of an off the rails for Fan Friday. Pete, we appreciate you coming on. Todd, your family.
Well, I appreciate the invite always.
You're always welcome.
Always. Thank you.
Yeah. Again, like I said, off the rails,
man. And like I said, it was like we broke it down. I think there's nothing left on that fucking bone that unlike Nick Sirianni did. We picked everything apart. I think there's nothing left. It's just now we got to go execute and beat Dallas, man.
And that's it. beat Dallas. That's all we got to do, and hopefully we do.
Yep.
But
that's it.
Yeah. Before we go, though, we got to pay a couple bills real quick.
Let's talk about that Manscaped.
FanUp is the best way to do fantasy sports. Use promo code A2D for 5,000 points, which is the equivalent of a $50 value. It's the hottest new fantasy football app right now. They have a bunch of stuff. It's a great time. You can challenge me, Tom, and a couple of the other A2D guys to a fantasy matchup, whether, for example, Tom Brady over under on passing yards. You can take the over and Tom can take the under, or vice versa. So there's a bunch of different ways you can do it. Highly recommend you check the app out. Highly recommend it. We're also brought to you by eXp Realty. Looking to buy or sell a home, looking for a change in career or brokerage, contact our guy Alan Foy of eXp Realty LLC at 302-682-8820. Phone number again is 302-682-8820. Before we go, obviously, sports weekend's coming up. College football's back. So what's the lineup?
What's the lineup? I don't even know.
Yeah. I don't know either, actually. I haven't looked yet. But
I was like, what's the big game this week? I don't even know.
Yeah. It's a lot of games over the weekend. But become a member, fam. $9.99 a month. Perks include appearances on shows, weekly membership streams that are coming soon. Shout outs, weekly sports picks from our guys at Money Pot Podcast and Willie Vegas with your daily fantasy tips. I'm telling you, $9.99 a month. You make your money back in one weekend, let alone one day. It's easy. You'll make that $10 back in a single day with Nate's picks. There's no way around it. But
the man was outside in the middle of the night sweeping because he swept on those feet.
I love that.
That's how confident that man is. I mean,
hey, listen, Nate's hot right now.
Yes.
But fam, we appreciate it as always. Like I said before, Pete, appreciate you. Todd, appreciate you coming on as always. And guys, we will check you back next week on another edition of Fan Friday.